What's up guys? Today I'm going to be going deeper into explaining what lay bets and betting exchanges are. Before I do so, however, I just want to remind you that over in my Facebook group, I'm helping people to get started with match betting. Match betting is a simple concept deep down, however it can be quite difficult to grasp the concept of how it actually works. But fear not, everything is always easier when there's a helping hand. So as a thank you for joining my Facebook group, I'm going to be helping you out for free. And also as a bonus thank you, you will also gain access to my free profit tracking spreadsheet. I'll pop the link for my Facebook group in the description below. Now, when placed alongside a normal bet, a lay bet allows us to cover all outcomes of an event, so that no matter the result, either the back bet or the lay bet will win. This means that we qualify for free bets without risking our own money, and then we can go on to extract profit out of those free bets. If you haven't already, make sure that you check out my video titled "What is match betting? Match betting explained," which demonstrates this for you. As a result, the use of lay bets and betting exchanges is a fundamental aspect of match betting, but it can be quite hard to comprehend. But fear not, I'm going to explain this to you in the most simplest of ways possible. So without further ado, let's get down to it. Okay, so first of all, there are two different types of bets that you can make on a betting exchange. It's very important that you know what these are, so I'm going to go through these quickly now before we move on any further. The first type of bet is a back bet, and this can be broken down into three stages. The first is the selection stage. This is where you choose what you want to bet on. So we can choose Team A, X, or Team B, for example. By making one of these selections, you are making what is known as a statement. So if we chose Team A, we would be stating that Team A would win the event. The desired outcome of making this statement then would be for Team A to win. If they did so, we would have a winning back bet. The second type of bet is a lay bet, which is essentially acting as the bookmaker and accepting somebody's bet by saying that something will not happen. So for example, now when we choose Team A, we are stating that Team A will not win. The desired outcome for this bet then would be for the draw or for Team B to win. If this happened, we would have a winning lay bet. A betting exchange is very different to a traditional bookmaker such as Bet365 and William Hill. You may have heard of Betfair, Smarkets, BetDAQ, or even Matchbook before. These are all betting exchanges. I personally tend to use Smarkets the most. On an exchange, betting takes place between people rather than between punter and bookmaker, and you bet on what is known as a market. So for example here, Borussia Dortmund is a market within the winner section of this game. You can place either a back bet using this tile here on the left, where you act as the punter, or you can place a lay bet using this tile here on the right, where you act as a bookmaker. When you place a bet on the exchange, you are essentially making an offer to, or accepting the offers of those betting on the other side of the market. As you can see here, you can also choose the odds which you wish to bet at. This side here on the left is essentially made up of the offers by people wishing to lay, whilst these odds here on the right is essentially made up by people wishing to back. It is then down to those on the other side of the market to accept the offer. Back bettors want to bet at higher odds, as this means that they will win more if their selection is correct. Lay bettors want lower odds, and I will explain why a bit later. The monetary figures that you can see here are essentially a big pool of money representing how much is being offered at these specific odds. This is known as liquidity. For example, here there is currently £51 being offered by back bettors for lay bettors to accept. This is quite low at the moment because this game is still a few days off. As you can see, there are two highlighted tiles here in the middle, which are the active tiles. This is essentially the meeting point between the offers made by both sides of the market. If you bet on the two central tiles, your bet will be matched instantly, as you will be accepting the offers made by people on the other side of the market. However, you will only be matched if there is enough liquidity. In this case, I could place a lay bet of up to £51 if I wanted to, and this would get matched instantly. If I place more, only £51 of that would get matched, and the rest will go into a queue and wait for people to accept the offer. If you bet outside of the active tiles, then your bet will go into a queue, as you can see here and here. These people are queuing because they want better odds, but they must wait for the odds to change in order for their offers to get matched, and there is no guarantee of this happening. Odds change when the liquidity on one side of the market gets matched. So for example, if £51 was matched here, the odds would shift in this direction. This means those who offered a back bet at these higher odds would then get a chance to get matched. The same is also true in the other direction. So if £198 got matched here, the odds would move in this direction, and those who offered a lay bet at lower odds would then get a chance to get matched. Now, as you would be the one making an offer in this case, your bet must be accepted by one or more people on the other side of the market, and to do so, they would need to place a bet at the same odds and up to or over the value of your bet. Bets are also matched on a first come, first served basis. So if I wanted to place a lay bet at odds of 2 and there was already £418 of liquidity in the market, I would effectively be in a queue and would have to wait for that figure to be matched before my offer could get accepted. Let's assume that I am at the front of the queue and I have placed a lay bet at odds of 2 and for £10. The odds move in my favour, so 2 now moves to the active tile here. Now my offer has the chance to get matched. In order for this to happen, one or more people must place a back bet of £10 or more at odds of 2. It doesn't matter if one person places £100 or £10, or if 2 people place £5, as long as it meets or exceeds the value of your offer, your bet will be matched. So, that's the basic structure and workings of a betting exchange. Now for a little more on lay bets themselves. As mentioned before, by placing a lay bet, you are acting as a bookmaker. This is because if the lay bet loses, then you would need to pay winnings to the back bettors who matched with you. So if I place a lay bet of £10 at odds of 2.06, I would not be risking £10, I would actually be risking £10.60, as this is what the back bettor would stand to win if they made a correct selection. If the lay bet won, however, then I would win £10, which would come from the back bettor's stakes. This is why lay bettors always want to bet at lower odds. The lower the odds, the less money that they would be risking to win the back bettor's stake. So just to demonstrate this to you, if I keep the lay stake the same, but change the odds to 1.5, I would only be risking £5 to try and win £10. However, if the odds were 4, I would be risking £30 to try and win £10. The amount of money that you risk as a lay bettor is known as liability. You are liable to pay this amount if your lay bet loses. You must have this figure in your account in order to place a lay bet in the first place. This is exactly the same interaction that you would have when placing a bet with a bookmaker, but just the other way around. If the back bettor wins, you as the lay bettor would have to pay them their winnings. If they don't win, you keep their stake. Now there are just 2 more points that I would like to cover. The first is that betting exchanges do not make their money in the way that a normal bookmaker would, as a losing bet is paid out to the person betting on the other side of the market. As a result, a small commission on all winning bets is paid to the exchange for providing this platform. At the time of making this video, this is 5% for Betfair and 2% for Smarkets and Betdaq. Matchbook have a smaller commission rate, but they charge commission regardless as to whether you win or lose. The second point is that as the odds are controlled by the bettors and not by the betting exchange, they tend to be a better representation of the true value of a selection and therefore tend to be higher than the odds offered at the traditional bookmaker. So the question is, why do people still place normal bets with bookmakers and not on the exchange? Well, there's a few reasons for this. The first is that betting exchanges are not advertised anywhere near as much as a normal bookie. The second is that they do not give out free bets and bonuses like normal bookies do, which attracts a lot of people. The last is simply that many people don't understand how they work. Hopefully, you don't fall under this last category anymore.
Alright guys, so that's the whistle-stop tour of betting exchanges and lay bets. Just to quickly summarise it for you, however, a betting exchange is a platform which allows members of the public to bet against each other. The odds and liquidity on display at a betting exchange are fully dependent upon the offers made by people on both sides of the market. However, your offer must be accepted by somebody on the other side of the market in order for it to be placed. By placing a lay bet, you are effectively acting as a bookmaker, by winning somebody's back stake if they make an incorrect selection, but if their selection wins, you need to pay them out. The amount of money that you risk as a lay bettor is called liability, and this increases in proportion with the odds of a selection. Hopefully this makes a lot more sense to you now, but if it doesn't, don't panic. I'm always here to help you. If you have any questions, just make sure that you pop them in the comments below or in my Facebook group and I'll get back to you. If this is making sense, fantastic.
make sure that you hit that link in the description below and you'll get access to a free trial of the match betting service that I use. This free trial will give you further training and full instructions to 2 offers which should make you between £40 to £45 if you follow the instructions. If you have found this video helpful, please do give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to make sure that you do not miss any of my future content. Thank you for watching.